purpose of Delta Delta Delta
shall be to establish a perpetual bond of friendship
among its members,
to develop a stronger and more womanly character,
to broaden the moral and intellectual life,
and to assist its members in every possible way.
It shall also be the purpose of Delta Delta Delta
to promote and develop mutually beneficial relationships
between the fraternity and the colleges and universities where the fraternity has established chapters,
to develop qualities of unselfish leadership among its members,
and to encourage them to assume, with integrity and devotion to moral and democratic principles,
the highest responsibilities of college women.
Beginning in fall of 2012, Tri Delta shifted its chapter services department to a regional structure. Each of our 138 collegiate chapters was divided into one of 5 regions: Northeast, Southeast, Central, South Central, and West. Each region works with its own director of chapter services and an assigned field consultant. The new structure allows for intentional and purposeful planning. We can support our chapters based on the needs observed in each region, whether that's officer training, recruitment, or anything in between. This regional structure also allows for long-standing relationships between our chapters, our field consultants, and our chapter services directors. At the end of the day, each region has its own dynamic and personality. This new structure truly allows Tri Delta to assist its members in every possible way.
In the 2012-2013 academic year, Tri Delta initiated 6,369 new members, and beginning fall 2013, 5,183 new members have been initiated. Our largest pledge class was in the Chi chapter at the University of Mississippi, with 118 new members. Our sisterhood isn't just growing in larger pledge classes, though. In October 2013, Tri Delta was selected to recolonize our Beta Eta chapter at Boise State University. Recolonization will begin in fall 2014, and we're so eager to expand our sisterhood to the women of Boise.
In 2009, Delta Beta chapter at Miami University was closed due to an incident that occurred on campus. Over the 4 years, Tri Delta kept in close contact with the university and went into discussions as to when Tri Delta could return. The chapter had been on the campus since 1911, so Tri Delta was very interested in returning to a strong Greek campus, and Miami University very much wanted Tri Delta to be again a part of the fraternity sorority community there. In the fall of 2013, a very successful recruitment of upperclassmen took place in the early part of the fall, and over 100 women were pledged. On November 9th, 2013, 106 women were initiated into Delta Beta chapter, and the chapter officially returned to the Miami University campus.
In February, we were together with 300 Tri Deltas, including chapter philanthropy chairman and other chapter officers, several key alumni, including our past national presidents, together to celebrate the accomplishment of our $15 million commitment to St. Jude. We said we would do it in 5 years, but we did it in 3.5, and the night was unforgettable. For me, it will go down in the history books as one of my favorite Tri Delta memories. We're raising $5.6 million every year for the kids of St. Jude, and it makes me so proud to know that our collegiate members and our alumni members are joining together to give so unselfishly to the kids of St. Jude.
I've been here at ALSAC St. Jude for 19 years, and I have never seen anything like what Tri Delta has accomplished. When you consider that in 1999 we launched this partnership, 2002 we threw that first goal of $1 million at Tri Delta to name the teen room, and you met and exceeded that. In 2006 we had the $10 million 10-year naming opportunity for the bone marrow transplant unit. You met and exceeded that. And then in 2010, we set the bar real high and came up with the 15 and 5 campaign that had to be renamed the 15 and 3.5 campaign because Tri Delta is so awesome. I really can't wait to see what the future holds for this great partnership.
In 2013, we revised the definition of alumni engagement to ensure that our members at all ages and stages have an opportunity to fulfill their lifetime commitment to Tri Delta.
There are plenty of ways that you can become involved and engaged as an alumni member in addition to joining your local alumni chapter. We suggest that you go to the Tri Delta website and create an account. This gives you access to iConnect, where you can see a list of all of the membership for your local alumni chapter. It also gives you updates on what's going on in your local alumni chapter as well as other chapters nationwide. We do suggest that you follow us on Facebook and on Twitter. There's a Tri Delta page for just general membership and also pages available for alumni chapter presidents and for alumni officers. We do suggest you become a Life Loyal member, which gives you discounts on your national dues.
Whether you are an active member in a collegiate chapter or an alumni member, if you're open to the opportunities, you can find opportunities for growth and friendship throughout your lifetime.
We've also restructured the volunteers that support our alumni area because we know that alumni need that support from people who are experts in social media, recruitment, membership, and engagement.
For the first time since 1988, we have an increase in dues-paying alumni members. This can be attributed not only to a new alumni engagement director, but to our brand new team of 28 volunteers that have come together to assist our chapters with their alumni engagement.
Earlier this year, we celebrated our 10,000th Life Loyal member. Tri Delta created Life Loyal in 2002 to ensure that members had access to the unique benefits, such as the subscription to the Trident, but also could show their loyalty for Tri Delta. Each year, about 700 to 800 members join this program.
Throughout your lifetime, we want to be there. We want to be there providing those experiences, and we want to be there engaging with our members, regardless of where they are in their lives.
So the Center Board established goals as part of our strategic plan for the biennium. And these goals are basically to develop a program that communicates the relevancy of the sorority, to collaborate with National House Corporation and the Foundation in order for us to make Tri Delta better, and also for us to develop resources to assist our local house corporations. The center provided fundraising support for the new Theta Kappa house at Southern Methodist University. Its house was completed in 2013 and it's gorgeous, and its campaign has raised over $1.1 million. Delta Z chapter at the University of Missouri is actually one of the newest local house corporations to partner with the center. Its campaign has raised over $230,000 and received over 60 gifts. So in the summer of 2013, we revised our new member program, The Power of Purpose, again. We did this in response to our members, both the chapters and also the volunteers, to listen to them and see what was working and what was not working, and we wanted to make sure that what we were giving them made it meaningful for our new members. And what we did is we also created a new video that each one of our new members will receive so that they receive the same message from the fraternity. And the response to all of this has been absolutely wonderful.
Love, big love, one way you're floating on a cloud and singing. Love, big love, don't you think for one to deserve to be feeling love, big love, don't you think for one to deserve to be feeling love.
So Reflections and Body Image program has gone over a major revamping to look at and evaluate how the program has been going and what we needed to do to change in the future.
So Body Image 3D has grown in several ways. We've had more direction with our areas of focus, defining specific months to what we want to focus on, like redefining beauty, mental and emotional health. And then we've also grown in our social media presence. We've had the ambassadors more involved as well as the center, so we can reach out to chapters and individuals that want to join our challenges and our initiative. When we get members from chapters engaged in our initiatives, I think they can really see how they have grown, which makes the change more permanent. And that changes the society's thin ideal to a healthy ideal, that in order to be healthy and living a life in 3D, you have to have a healthy mind, body, and spirit. So part of the responsibility of a Body Image 3D ambassador is to be a role model for their chapter and other chapters they're overlooking. And by being a role model, we have the responsibility of writing blogs and video blogs about our own personal experience so that we can relate to other members. But then we also have challenges that we encourage women in our chapter and other chapters to participate in with us and tell us how that those challenges have influenced their life.
I think with these goals, we are set for the next biennium, and we're going to make Tri Delta even stronger tomorrow than we are today.
The Foundation's mission is to raise, manage, and grant funds for the benefit of Tri Delta and Tri Delta members.
The Foundation Scholarship helped finance medical school for me, which then let me go on to be a pediatric neuro-oncologist and come back and give in the very institution that Tri Delta cares about, which is St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
We award scholarships to members who need scholarship funds to go to school. We award education and leadership grants to the Fraternity for the programs that they produce. And we have grants for confidential assistance to members in need, no matter what age they are.
It's just amazing that I could have been a part of Tri Delta all throughout college, and I had no idea in turn that it would one day come back to help me.
This past year, the Foundation was able to grant more individual scholarships and a greater amount of money than we have ever been able to grant before. So we have 83 graduate and undergraduate students who will have $169,000 of scholarship assistance during the current year, and that's a record both in numbers of scholars and number of dollars.
And it was just so wonderful to know that alumni are involved in making this foundation happen to where it can give back to Tri Deltas.
We have benefited greatly this year in our scholarship funds from the estate gift left to us by a very generous Tri Delta named Leona Muse. And in part, her estate helped us be able to award that record-breaking amount of scholarship money. But we are also going to be able to award at this year's convention a one-time large scholarship to our most deserving scholarship applicant. And that celebrates the 125th anniversary of Tri Delta, the 25th anniversary of the Foundation, and the success of the Trilogy campaign. Probably the biggest news has been our Trilogy campaign, which we launched at convention in 2012. And our goal was to raise $500,000 in cash and pledges in a 12-month period. And we got off to a great start with two $75,000 gifts from our lead donors. And the intent behind the fund is that it will supplement our traditional granting areas. So it could go for scholarships, it could go for leadership grants, or it could go to confidential assistance to members in need. And we surpassed our goal, raising close to $570,000. This past year, we have added 12 new scholarships, and an additional scholarship, enough funds were raised to get it to the endowed level, so we'll be able to make awards from that as well. And we love the fact that that just increases our opportunity to help our members with their education.
NHC has really been addressing a lot of issues internally, restructuring the organization to meet the changing market that we're in, looking at our assets, doing our strategic plan, trying to not be reactive but be on top of the housing market on a college campus, and that requires a good look financially, a good look from a risk management perspective, and a good look from a market conditions. You want to know where the student market's going, and that's all been part of the planning process that we've been engaged in addition to all the projects and the ongoing operations, which is a tremendous undertaking. The last biennium, it's been a lot of work in the summers, have been spent several $million on refurbishing the meeting spaces and the houses that the National Housing Corporation owns or manages for the sorority. And a couple other projects that are fairly significant. One, we've looked at very in-depth emergency management plans, which is one thing hopefully you'll never have to use, but we all know essential in the world we live today that we need to be prepared, and Tri Delta Housing needs to be prepared to address those emergency situations and manage them properly. Each summer, a variety of properties that Tri Delta both manages and owns, the Tri Delta National Housing Corporation. So it's not uncommon for $1 million plus on 15, 16, 20 different sites that work is done. Sometimes it's aesthetic, sometimes it's essentials, with plumbing or heat and ventilation, but whatever the needs are, it's a massive undertaking every summer because you got a 3-month window and you got to make it happen. So when the chapter gets back in August, they're in great shape.
For 125 years, Tri Delta's purpose has guided everything that we do. At the close of a biennium, it's not uncommon to reflect back on the purpose to ensure that Tri Delta is delivering on the promise our founders made to our members. I don't do this work alone. Chapter presidents, chapter officers, and volunteers, and the professionals that work on the campuses where we have chapters all help us make sure Tri Delta remains vibrant for our members for years to come.